Mikaela, it's lovely to have you join me once again. For those of people out there who didn't join our Instagram Live on Sunday, so much to talk to you about. First of all, Mikaela, I'd love to find out, just as this outbreak happened, where were you in the season? What was going on? Just to bring everybody right up to speed.
I was, hi, it's good to talk to you again. I was in Sweden. Well, I was in Sweden when the US got hit harder. And I was just about, it was actually the night before I was supposed to do my first comeback race after spending a big chunk of time at home during the season after my dad passed away. And we basically got the word at like 8 p.m. at night that the races were all canceled. And this was also the same time that our government was shutting down travel to the US. So we were like, we have to get back home now, or we're not going to be able to get back home until who knows when. So that was a fun little twist of events. But anyway, that's where it was. And I can't say that I was surprised. I mean, at that point, things were happening really fast, and a lot of sports were essentially shutting everything down, canceling competitions, canceling the rest of the season. So I felt like ski racing was going to have to make that sort of choice pretty quickly. But I was hoping that with Sweden being one of the least affected at that point, we might have been able to get the races off. But at the same time, that's how it goes, right?
Absolutely, and out of your control, apart from anything else, Mikaela, you mentioned it there. I want to talk about it. We spoke about it on Sunday. You've had a really difficult 4 or 5 months, really, certainly back in October when you lost your nana, and then, as you mentioned there, your dad, Jeff, who died suddenly in early February. It's been so difficult for you. How are you navigating those emotions, Mikaela?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm actually probably not doing a good job of navigating the emotions. I'm finding that I've been doing quite a few of these sort of calls, and talking about it is one thing. I feel like in a way, when you talk about something, you can actually kind of detach your emotions from it. So in that sense, I've been talking about it quite a lot, but probably haven't really like thought about it as much. And when I do think about it, that's when it gets, yeah. But I enjoy talking about my dad with pretty much anybody. I mean, the more I talk about it, the more I feel like people are thinking about him and remembering him. And that's, I guess, that's one positive. I don't know if that's the right word for it. But yeah, as far as navigating the emotions, I'm really just trying to put those in a box away and, deal with those when there's a little bit more time.
Of course, Mikaela, that's so understandable. Let's talk about him. Let's get a sense of Jeff, because everybody who knows anything about you knows what a huge presence your parents have been in your life. Eileen, of course, very much with you today. Give us a sense of the man that your dad was.
Oh my gosh. One of the most amazing things that I've ever experienced in my life was how many people reached out to us in February after they heard the news. And just, I mean, he was an anesthesiologist. He worked in healthcare, so he touched a lot of people's lives. He was there for the moments when people go in for surgery, when they're the most scared. Because once they're having the surgery, they can't remember it. But the moments that people remember right before they go in for, a lot of people would say that one of the most important moments in their lives, if they're having, athletes getting their knees fixed, or literally any kind of surgery. And he was the person who made them feel comfortable. So many people got in touch with us to say, I don't know your dad, but he was my anesthesiologist, and he changed his schedule around because he recognized my names through some strange, like, kind of connection from way back when, family connection, or I don't know. And he saw my name on the surgery list and he changed his schedule around just so he could come see me because he knew I was alone and didn't have family and he wanted to make me more comfortable. And, basically thanking us for, thanking him through us, I guess. And, those are just small examples, and everybody that he's ever known and people beyond, either known well, been acquainted with, or just saw in passing, have gotten in touch with us over these last months to talk about him and the incredible impact he has had on their lives. And obviously he's so important to us and to my family. But when you see the kind of broader impact, it's just, I don't know, that's really special. That's been a really, really special thing. But at the same time, you wish you could have known those things, when he was here. That's probably the catch, right? Is that nobody gets in touch with you until, it feels like it's too late.
Mikaela, do you think you'll be able to channel that, use his memory as a strength as you move forward and you go to more and more Olympic Games? Do you think you'll be able to do that?
I hope so. My dad came to the last two and the only two Olympics I've been to. He was there, and one of my probably the most uh, poignant memories I have is being at the Olympics with my mom and dad. My mom is one of my coaches, so she travels with me most of the time. But my dad, he would come to just certain races if he was able to take time off from work. And he was at the Olympics both times, and that was really, really special to be able to have both my parents there with me and celebrating the the medals throughout both games, and just the whole experience. But even more, just have like the quiet moments when I got to kind of break away from the Olympics, all the Olympic hype, and just watch a TV show with my parents, and or a movie, or just make some, I don't know, make some pasta or something, like the normal life moments that you have, but you have it during the Olympics, which they don't seem like they go together, but those are the moments I remember the most. So I'd like to say that this will be something that I can use as strength, but I think there's going to be moments where everything is a little bit harder because of it too.
Of course, and on Sunday you told me how you take so much from your parents, whether it be your skiing, superhuman ability, or your musical prowess. And I know you love music, and I want to talk about some of the songs and the music that you've been doing to help the frontline workers and help some charities at this time, Mikaela, because you've clearly got a huge, huge heart. What has the response been to you reaching out musically at this period in time?
I mean, it's been a little bit surprising for me, actually. I'm certainly not professional. I'm a ski racer. I'm an athlete. So music is really just something that I love. It's really a hobby, but I think a lot of people relate to that. Most people in the world love music. My dad used to say that the one thing that humans cannot survive without is music. And you go back to any point in time and there was always some form of music, whether it's making a beat with your feet or humming or just making some chanting. It's part of religion, it's part of society, it's part of everything that we do. So I fully believe that as well. And I don't know, it's like I said, it's a hobby, but it's really fun. And seeing what people say, if I play a cover or something and it makes someone out there smile, then that's really the main point of it. But it is fun, and I am the competitive spirit, so if I happen to film myself playing a song, then it's like 30 takes into it that I finally feel like, okay, this might be good enough to post. So, I'm like, yeah, it's just for fun, except I want it to sound okay, right?
Well, that is the perfectionist athlete coming out in you there, that's for certain. If anyone watching this hasn't heard your angelic voice, and I have to say, I'm not quite sure how it's fair you can be so good at two things in your life, but Mikaela, you absolutely are. Go onto Mikaela's Instagram account, have a listen to some of her music, including a lovely song which she wrote and dedicated to the frontline workers. Now, I did tease the viewers, Mikaela, and say that you had an exclusive announcement for us today. You are partnering up with something. Share. Tell us more.
Yeah, so I am now finally able to announce that I'm partnering up with Kindness Wins Foundation, which is a foundation that it was rebranded from another one, but essentially Madison Keys started this foundation, and I am joining her as one of the founding champions of Kindness Wins. And the mission is honestly pretty simple. It's to spread the message of kindness in really any way that we can. I think that's a really important message. One of my dad's mottos was "Be nice, think first," and it was something that he and both he and my mom instilled in my brother and me our entire lives, is being nice and standing up for others and standing up to the bullies. And right now, especially with not only like normal society bullying, but also cyberbullying, the amount of people who find it okay to write mean comments on the internet because they're hiding behind a screen, it's not okay. And I think that our entire community, the entire world, we would be so much more productive and such a better place if everyone was more supportive of each other. So that's the general mission. And Kindness Wins is providing a platform for us to share that message, spread that message, and also pursue our own individual endeavors that all center around kindness in whatever way possible. So a couple weeks ago, we did the Kindness in Crisis campaign, which Madison, me, a couple other athletes, Jessie Diggins, Kate Courtney, we put up some gear for auction where all the proceeds went to COVID relief funds. So it provided us the platform to be able to do that auction and decide where our funds were going to go. And I was able to direct the funds that I raised to Food Bank of the Rockies and Colorado COVID Relief Fund. So you can choose, your local charities or whatever it might be. And it was really, really great to be able to have the platform to do that, because I think a lot of people want to do good but don't know how to the connection. You can't make the connection, and Kindness Wins is providing that connection. So I've worked with the foundation a couple times, and I'm really, really excited to be partnering permanently.
Brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant idea. Kindness wins. We certainly need that now more than ever. Mikaela Shiffrin, we will follow you. We will continue to follow your progress on the slopes, off the slopes. We thank you for your time. And hey, we talk every couple of days, so I'm sure I'll catch up with you later on in the week, eh?
Yeah. See you on Friday.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.